Greetings, YouTube. You'll have to excuse the presence of a blanket in the shot. The only source of heat in my apartment is broken. At the moment, it's a balmy 56 degrees in my office. It's a wee bit nipply in here. Today I bring you two pieces of news, both of which have to do with marriage. The first deals with a justice of the peace in Louisiana. Now, when I came home today, I thought the calendar said that it was not 1959. However, in New Orleans, just this week, it was 1959 because a justice of the peace refused to issue a license for marriage for the following reason. A Louisiana justice of the peace said he refused to issue a marriage license to an interracial couple out of concern for any children the couple might have. Keith Bardwell, justice of the peace in Tanglaboha Parish, I am sure I said that wrong, says it is his experience that most interracial marriages do not last. Well, here's news to Keith. 50% of all marriages fail. My first marriage failed. My wife's first marriage failed. My mother has had 3 failed marriages. My father's first marriage failed. Almost everyone I know has had a failed marriage. And all of us are lily-white heterosexuals. So, you know, I don't think interracial couples have it any worse off than we do. And he goes on to say how he isn't a racist. In fact, not only is he not a racist, but he allows black people in his home and lets them use the bathroom. That's mighty white of him. I think he's actually a bigot. But that's just me. He does, however, sound like a royal douche. And I hope that whatever authority granted him the ability to be a justice of the peace yanks that authority back, because he doesn't deserve it. And the second bit of marital news of the day is concerning a judge who is involved in the case about Proposition 8 in California. This comes out of San Francisco. A federal judge challenged the backers of California's voter-enacted ban on same-sex marriage Wednesday to explain how allowing gay couples to wed threatens conventional unions, a demand that prompted their lawyers to acknowledge that he did not know. So, the lawyers defending the people that put the Proposition 8 into power cannot tell the court how a same-sex marriage would undermine or adversely affect heterosexual unions. That would be because it won't. It will, in fact, have no effect whatsoever. In fact, the only people that are going to be affected by the Same-Sex Marriage Act are people who wish to be in a same-sex marriage. And anyone who doesn't think that they should get involved in same-sex marriages, then don't marry someone of the same gender. This isn't that complex, folks. It isn't, if I may use the phrase, rocket surgery. Now, every person I've heard who's been upset about same-sex marriage has used an excuse from a biblical standpoint. This means you're attempting to impose your religious beliefs on another person and using the secular law to do so. That is both douche-like and immoral, and makes you look like a bigot. Yoo-hoo! So it's good to know that there's at least one judge in the federal system that's willing to look a lawyer straight in the eye and say, you know, can you tell me how this is supposed to work? And the lawyer couldn't. So I'm thinking that this Proposition 8 isn't looking too steady. The legs it is standing upon do not appear to be all that strong. So I'm hoping that some nice judge, this one or another, eventually declares it unconstitutional. Of course, they could go the other route and just declare all marriages unconstitutional. That would solve the problem as well. How would the heterosexuals in California suddenly feel like waking up one day and realizing your marriage has been made invalid. Kind of like they did to the thousands of people in California who got married when same-sex marriages were allowed. Now, wouldn't that be bitterly ironic?